The painting that inspired this action figure is Frank Frazetta's Warrior with Ball and Chain, whose first appearance was on the cover of Flashing Sword #1, a fantasy and sorcery anthology published in 1973. Some speculate that this painting was originally commissioned for a Conan novel, but was not used. It is one of the most famous Frazetta artwork setting the archetype for Conan. This is why this figure is so fun and groovy. It is a proto-Conan action figure without being one. There are so many Conan action figures being released in the last few years, with many more to come. Let's figure out how Warrior with a ball and chain stacks with the rest of them. This is Hervé from Comic Book Bin, filling you in since 2002. And how about subscribing to this channel while liking this video? It would help me a lot. Producers Harvinger Studios, whose Savage Crucible line of anthropomorphic action figures has finally began to feature humans. They decided to rethink higher hand action figures articulation. There are features that are original to mask joints as much as possible. For example, knees have new articulations to give them nicer aesthetics than other figures, while keeping their double articulations. Another example is the ball joints at the thighs and hips that are a callback to Toy Biz action figures with an attempt to hide the joints with loincloth. It doesn't work as loincloth keeps pushing up, revealing the ball joints beneath. You must push the loincloth down constantly to varying success. Right off the bat, you'll notice that the articulations are stiff. Those in the elbows and shoulders also have newer designs to mask the joints as much as possible. The figures has problems standing upright. Unfortunately, it tends to fall a lot. You'll have to do a lot of pausing in order to stabilize the action figure. It's not always going to stand. It's also has fell several times since I've been having it. But on that front, I would say that the Frazetta Girl action figures are the same. They also tend to fall a lot. Now, it has a beautiful shield, a lot of good equipment, a lot of beautiful sculpting, and a chain that's already tied to the action figures where you can put the sword's sheath. Now, the face looks mean. He's very muscular, and you can see the new articulations and the muscles and the boots. It's a very beautiful action figure so far. He's got a cape, a fur cape with a special connector. You can move the joints at the abdominal pretty much, but if you stretch too much, you will reveal a gap in the forefront. But it moves fluidly enough. You can twist the waist, but not completely. If you do so, well, the loincloth is going to push up again, and it's not like a full circle, like a very circular part. The head is very flexible. You can twist it. You can give him a lot of attitude. He can look up. He can look down very well, which is pretty rare for such action figures, but he doesn't have hair in the back, even though he does wear a helmet. The Morning Star is beautiful. It's a real chain, by the way. The articulation at the hips, like I mentioned, is the most problematic part of the action figures because the loincloth likes to go up all the time. You can obviously rotate the hips, but you'll find that the sheath for the knife keeps going up or down. You can also twist the knees, which means the legs will twist, and they try to make it as beautiful as possible to give it this realistic feel. I'm not sure if it worked completely because there is a cut that's not beautiful. It seems like the boots are something that's added on the legs, so potentially maybe you could remove them. So the articulation, like I said, they're good. They're still stiff, even the arms. The elbows are very different, but they work so far. You'll find that the necklace tend to go up. Now, it also came with 2 extra pairs of hands, grasping hands, we can see here, and grabbing hands that are almost like fists, but they're not fists. The sword in the sheath is not straight. The quality of the sculpt and the painting is excellent on that sword, but do be careful when you put it back in the sheath. Putting the shield on the arm was a bit difficult. I had to put the hands first several times. Like I separated the hands, then I had to try to insert them back in the socket. It was a bit difficult. Like I mentioned, the sheath on the thigh falls constantly. It's a bit annoying. The Morning Star is very beautiful, and I have to mention while I'm at it, the specific contraption that Harvinger Studios used for the cape. It's different than other contraption. You actually have to plug in 2 parts in the back of the figure and then insert the cape with elastics. The figure does stack up extremely well with the Frazetta Girl. I think he looks like a cross between a Conan figure and the Norseman. This is next to to the Fire and Ice character. This is with a Marvel Legend Kazar. This is with a Mythic Legion. He's the same size. Kazar obviously is the smallest of the guys. He's a 112 action figure. You can also put him with the Xesray action figure. Now I can't wait to see the new Xesray's action figure since they have new sculpts for the stomach and everything. They should look even better. But everything that you see here is in scale. So if you like to do a beautiful sorcery and fantasy setup, this guy will just fit in perfectly, and he could even be your Conan if you can't get the other ones. It's much cheaper than the other Conan's action figure around, so it might be a good deal if you can get him. I like the figure. It's cheaper than other figures, but some of the new articulation can bother me at times, and the loincloth that keeps going up is problematic, but the sculpting and everything else is great. This is Hervé from Comic Book Ben, fluent since 2002. Like and subscribe.